Ah, yes, the University of Minnesota campus here in St. Paul. Oh, look at that old clock style there. We just got our parking, and I am feeling smarter already. This veterinary clinic is right across the street from where our adventure is going to be, and I was drawn over here because of this guy. Look at that, it's Snoopy and Charlie Brown. Charles Schultz is from good old St. Paul, and so years ago there was many statues like this dispersed all throughout the city as an art project, and now companies have sponsored them since then and have them displayed outside of their business. Right, Charlie Brown? Holding a bone for Snoopy, his doggy dish. Looks like there's some nice treats in there for Snoopy. Beagle Bites, new Beagle Bites. A very caring pet owner, Charlie Brown. You're a good boy. And there's Snoopy, very happy, well fed. Here's the key to my heart. Look at that. There's the key. Great to see you guys today. That put me in a good mood for this next adventure. Well, hello there, and welcome to yet another beautiful day for an adventure. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and speaking of birds, we are in front of the Gabbert Raptor Center here in St. Paul, an extension of the University of Minnesota campus, where they house and take care of all different types of raptors, from owls to eagles and hawks. Any type of a bird that gets their prey with their feet, they're pretty much here. They've got a veterinary clinic downstairs. I've never been here before, but it looks pretty cool. So we are going to learn about this place together. If you are brand new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on a thing. Welcome to another edition of Tommy Travels. It's Tommy Travels. Come on with me, you guys. Let's go see what there is to see. It is just a beautiful area down here. And in case you're wondering, there's where we parked, and we are on the corner of Fitch and Gortner Avenue. I like how they do the street signs with the U of M colors on them. That is a nice touch. Whoa, there are bumblebees in these plants right here. One just almost came out and got me here. And here is the building. Let's go see what's inside. Here's a sign that says, "Stop. Do not bring birds to this door. All raptors are being admitted to the back loading dock door." So if you find an injured raptor, this would be a place to come. You can admit an injured raptor between 8 and 5 Monday through Sunday. And if you need to call somebody because you do have an injured raptor and you don't know what to do, 612-624-4745 and leave a message. And due to a certain kind of bird flu going around, we get to put on these shoe booties so that we don't track any bird stuff inside to affect these raptors. Here's the lobby where I came in. They've got this cool display of the area. Look at this bald eagle flying to the bald eagle nest. Wow. With the two babies in there. That is really cool.
Been here before?
I have never been here before.
Oh, welcome.
What's your name?
My name is Julie and I'm a volunteer.
Awesome. Welcome to Tommy Travels.
All right. We have a bald eagle. This is a juvenile bald eagle. Her name is Lutza. And you might have heard last summer about a bald eagle in Lutza, Minnesota approaching people looking for food. So let me back up a minute. The Raptor Center here, we have two jobs. One of our jobs is to have people like you come in and learn about birds. Because it's really cool to learn about birds and know what you see out in the world. And the other thing is we have this clinic downstairs, and the clinic downstairs serves up to 1,000 birds a year. So you might be in your neighborhood and you see an eagle and it's laying on the ground or it's acting weird. So then you call us up and we'll send somebody out there to get it. So we don't want you to put an eagle in your car. One of the things that's really interesting about eagles too is that the females are bigger than the males.
Wow.
How much do you suppose she weighs?
Maybe
She weighs 12 pounds.
12 pounds, yeah.
Right? So she's about the size of a small dog, so you'd expect her to weigh 20 or 30 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But she's all feathers.
Wow.
And her bones are not dense. They're very low density, and her feathers, I mean, like, she's mostly air. Yeah.
Wow.
So when we get to the male eagles, what I want you to notice her size and kind of visualize. So when we get to the males, you're going to see that they're a lot smaller.
Yes.
This hallway that we get to go through here to take us outside and see some, oh wow. No air conditioning out here, that's for sure. Oh, look it. Right up there, that's a Malar American Kestrel. Look at that.
Here they come.
And then a cricket American Kestrel. Right there, look at that. Oh, oh my gosh, that was something. Flew right to me. What a beautiful bird. I love it when things like that happen on this channel.
If you look at these two guys, what you'll notice, kestrels are falcons. They're the smallest falcons we have. And take a look here. I think what makes falcons super interesting is they are crazy good flyers. So you can see the shapes of their wings. They're even more pronounced than this. They have really pointed wings. And they can really get in and out of things really fast.
Yes.
In fact, one of the falcons we have here is the fastest animal in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. Small head.
And this is Sienna,
You'll see
a female kestrel.
the,
Look at that. Beautiful colors on her head. Weighs as much as 34 pennies, this one.
but if you see
Very beautiful.
stocky and build, that's the
Hi there.
birds. Crickets, like they'll eat.
Oh, look at this. A bald eagle.
The head is different, but that does. You know what that means is that this one is older. This is an adult. This is a boy, and so he's a little bit smaller.
So that was actually an indication.
So they don't get their white head and their white tail until they're about 5.
5 years old?
5 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And how do you know this is a male? Is it because of the size?
Well, you can't tell.
Oh, you can't tell.
Unless you see a male and a female side by side, and then the female's the bigger one.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, they don't. They look the same.
Second biggest bald eagle here.
Max.
The biggest being Lutzen, who you saw up front. Yeah.
Oh, they're talking.
Bald eagles, you might have covered this already, but they love fish. And in Minnesota, you just have.
Oh.
You are incredible. Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, they love fish, and so in Minnesota we have plenty of lakes and rivers. We're land 10,000 lakes, so got a ton of these guys in Minnesota, so it's a really good place to see them. Really second only to like Alaska, and in Alaska they get really, really big. So Lutzen, for example, has probably roughly 6.5-foot wingspan, and she's a really big bald eagle, but they get to like 7.5-foot wingspan in Alaska. They get really, really big up there. And so this guy, she is probably the biggest one you'll find in Minnesota, if not close. Lutzen is, and same with Max here. They're a little, Max is just a little smaller than Lutzen, so yeah. But like I was saying about the fish, they love being in Minnesota for that. You might also notice that they're not actually bald. Bald simply used to mean white-headed, not no hair, and so they still kept the name, but Old English is weird, and so yeah. Now, these guys used to be endangered, and they were taken off the endangered species list in 2007. But before that, they had been, their population was very much in decline. And in the 1980s, it was found out that it was largely due to a major polluter called DDT that was used as a pesticide or an insecticide to kill all sorts of bugs and other pests on crops, as well as just really everywhere. It was a very, very broad use. But they phased it out in 1980s when they figured out it was really hurting not just bald eagle populations, but everything everywhere, all over the ecosystems, really destroying them, because it would run off the plants that it was sprayed on, or get in the bugs, for example. Something would come and eat the bugs, maybe they, or it would just get into the water. Maybe a fish would eat it, or just swimming through it would bioaccumulate in their system. Eagle comes by, eats the fish, and gets all those toxins from the DDT inside of them. And that would make it so their eggs wouldn't calcify, and that means they just won't have the hard shell. And so these guys now are much more protected than they were because of the phasing out of that chemical DDT. Yeah, they've seen a major population increase since that point. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you see her?
You can give her a piece.
Her feet
She's
look
doing
very
really
much
well
like
on the glove
reptile
here.
feet.
It's a massive piece, maybe not that one. They're all massive pieces. Okay, we'll go with this one.
Oh, what is that?
Piece of rat.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
She's got a couple whole rats over here that I'll be feeding.
Oh,
Look at that.
It's blue ocean.
Yep.
You want a treat?
Oh, look at that.
There goes a rat tail.
oh my gosh.
You want to look away? Maybe? Not staring me down. Look the other way. Look the other way. Look at. Okay, I'll take that one. That was close. Yeah. Should I give her more?
That's good. Any questions
Yeah.
before we
You guys
have
have any questions about Max?
How old did you say Max is?
24.
24 years old. And how long do bald eagles typically
So
live?
in the wild, they'll live roughly around that age, so 25, 30 years maybe. But here at the Raptor Center in captivity, about one of the, best raptor hospitals in the world. Yeah, not to toot our own horn. But,
Beep,
yeah,
beep.
They can live much longer, and so maybe like 40 years probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 45 maybe if we're lucky. So yeah, good long life yet to live for this guy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now Gladdy looks so much smaller compared to what we were just looking at there. You can really tell the difference. Wow.
So the reason that is because they're cliff dwellers. So they,
Peregrine
like,
falcon
on the shore,
goes
they live
200
on the
miles an
coast,
hour.
They dive.
Fastest animal on earth.
They dive and they.
Oh, look at that, a red-tailed hawk.
Falconers use them to hunt.
We see
So-
quite a few of these up on power lines around the Twin Cities.
One coast, they like to be up on the power poles. Sit on top of like the trees so they can see out over.
Whoa, look at that.
prairies and stuff like that. But in the city, it's because people whip stuff out the window and then.
Awesome.
And then
Now, Luda, I've learned, is more active as far as flying around the cage because it was recently tethered. It had been tethered for either the bird's safety or the handler's safety, but then once you take them off, they get a lot more active around the cage. Right, Luda? This is a red-tailed hawk right here, named Casper. Hi, Casper. Casper has a little bit of a bum wing. Yep, you do. Yeah, it hurts sometimes.
those are the ones we try to get.
But you're in great care right here at the Raptor Center, that's for sure.
That are up here in the
I don't know how to describe it, but like,
Kind of looks looks like ears, doesn't it?
Oh, look at that.
So they call this a
Samantha.
great horned owl.
A great horned owl.
And so I think they call it horned because it kind of looks like it has horns, right? I've seen a great horned owl actually near my house, and I live in Minneapolis. So this is Sam. She's like 30 years old. Wow. Right?
Wow.
Well, in the wild, maybe like 10 years. Yeah. But you know, with the right food and vitamins, 30 plus. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, this is an owl feather. No sound. And what kind is that?
This is a red-tailed hawk feather.
Okay. Oh.
Right?
Major difference.
Major difference.
Why is that?
These scallops on the edge. Oopsie daisy.
Whoops.
These scallops on the edge of the feather
Oh yeah?
make
it silent?
it silent.
Wow. That is really neat.
Oh, and there's Lutzen.
Cool.
Super cool. Yeah, nature is really pretty interesting.
Yeah. And look at this. This is spruce. A northern saw-whet owl. Very, very small. They live in tree hollows. And this is as big as this little guy is ever going to get. And look at this. What a beautiful owl. He's staring me down. I don't think I want to get into a staring contest with this guy. This is Strix, a barred owl.
These guys, they're soaring hawks.
Wow, so beautiful. Okay, you won the staring contest. And this is Rowan, a red-tailed hawk. Hi there. I said in the intro that the big thing for raptors is that they are birds that hunt using their claws, their feet, but they also have to have sharp eyesight and curved beaks. This one, as you can see, meets all three. And so now we're going to get to see an owl named Lois. I think her name is Lois. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You think of owls as always saying, "Whoo," but this one talks a little different too.
So this is her "I want food" voice. That's what she's saying. She knows I have food in here, and she thinks this is her "You're my mom and you need to feed me some food, please." That's what that sound is. So you said you think they usually sound like who? They do. This is just the feed me sound. Yeah. What do you suppose she eats?
Mice.
Totally, she loves mice.
Rat.
She loves rats. Skittles?
Not so much.
Not so much, right? Sometimes, like, she's kind of a mice and rats girl, but she could do birds too. You know, sometimes around here we have quail, which is a bird. She'll eat that. Let's see what we got for her in here. She's super pumped because she sees the food. Let's see. Oh my goodness, here's a piece. Here's a piece.
Whoa, look at
How
that.
big her wings are.
Wow.
Yep. You ready, buddy? Yes.
It's pretty big.
She's a big girl, right? Yeah. So,
This is kind of a weird question, but I know there's a lot of puppies and kittens and things like that in neighborhoods. Do people have to be pretty careful about owls?
no, she only weighs 3 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So she's like chipmunks
Mhm.
need to be afraid. Mice need to be afraid. Maybe small ducks. They
Mhm.
like those. Puppies and kittens. No. So, but look at her. So she's the one who's. So if she was gonna fly from post to post, you would not hear her.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's the one with the feathers, the silent feathers. That's
Okay.
the feather that you guys got to see. Yeah. So if you're walking in the woods, the only way you would probably see an owl you would know they were there is if you saw them fly. Because they're camouflage. Like, look at this. So she totally looks like a tree, doesn't she? Look at her back. She looks like the bark on a tree. So if she was sitting still or she was sleeping, you totally would see her. Yeah. Yeah, super cool. And she can turn her head. I don't know if she will do that, but we'll see. If we can get her to... Nope, she's not interested. She wants food. But I bet...
Look at that wingspan. Wow.
Make her behave her small self here. She knows she should sit still. You know the rules, don't you, buddy? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Losing her mind, right? Yeah. Yeah. But it's pretty cool to be able to have an owl this close to you. So when you become over 18, you can totally sign up to be a volunteer at the Raptor Center and do this. Or you could volunteer down in the clinic and work with birds that are sick and coming back to health. Or if you live far from the Twin Cities, say you grow up and you live somewhere far away, you could be the person that they call and saying, hey, could you go pick up this bird and bring it to the clinic? So there's a lot of ways to get to do cool things with birds. Because it's really a gift to be able to see this bird this close to my face and be able to see all the detail in her feathers and to see her eyes so close up. It's really awesome.
How many birds typically come in here, like in a day or a week, would you say?
Well, we get about 1,000 a year.
Oh my goodness.
So if you have 52 weeks in a year, probably 20 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, more in the summer certainly, when people are out and about, because it's people who call. We don't know if there's something wrong with the birds unless somebody calls and says, hey, there's this bird that's hurt or acting weird. Then that's how we know, and that's how they come in. Yeah. Do you have any more questions about birds or owls?
And do you like take only raptors in? Or?
We do take only raptors. Yep. There's a wildlife rehab center in Roseville that takes other kinds of birds and even rabbits and other sorts of animals. But we are only raptors here. And so raptors are what, 3 things?
Eyesight,
Yep.
like talent,
Beak. Yep. Beak. Because that's how, when they have to tear up their food on their own, that's how they do it with their beak. So they hold it with their talons and they tear it apart with their beak. Well, thank you so much for coming to the Raptor Center today.
Thank you.
Come back to the Raptor Center. See us again. Yeah, for sure.
And of course we exit through the gift shop where they have all sorts of different shirts, Raptor Center apparel here, different colors. They've got books, hats. Normally I like to see magnets, but I'm not seeing any here today. Oh, plush animals, coffee cups, books. My good buddy Robert likes books. Maybe he would like to read about Esther the Eagle. Support the Raptor Center and give Robert some nice new reading material. And then we have another falcon, also very small, and that's the biggest Chase is ever gonna get, right, Chase? This is a small one. Hi there. And then we have Pi, another male bald eagle. Hello, Pi. What a fun day here. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I'm so glad I came here. So glad to meet Pi. If you guys liked what you saw here today, go ahead and hit like on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe and the little bell notification next to it so you can be the first to know when a new adventure comes out. Thank you all so much for all of the support that you've given me so far. Thank you, Pi, for being on my video here today. Welcome to Tommy Travels. And until next time, I hope to catch you on the flip side. And look at this, we have a barn owl with the appropriate decorations for the cage with the red barn. Look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah. And
I don't think I've ever seen a barn owl before.